First things first, tuning. Now this is open G, and this was Keith Richards' favorite tuning. Now we could, if you had an extra guitar laying around, just take this low string off. You'll see Keith a lot of time playing a Telecaster with just 5 strings. We're going to keep it on because it's my guitar that I play everything on, so I can't just yank that string off. But we do need to drop it from an E to a D. Our A will drop to a G. D stays the same after that, right? So we got D, G, then we have our other D. G stays the same, B stays the same, then the high E also becomes a D. So if I strum all 6 strings, I get a G with a D in the bass. If I strum from the G string here that used to be A all the way down, I get what is called an open G. Now the reason it's called an open G, or just a G triad, is because all of the strings together make a G chord. And even with a D in the bass, it's still a G, it just doesn't have a G in the bass. So he loved this tuning. You could hear that kind of stuff all throughout his playing. What we're going to do is kind of emulate how Keith might have strummed through a 12-bar blues. The first 4 measures are G. And what we're going to do, you could just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you wanted to, and that would sound fine. But we're going to give it this groove. Okay, what am I doing? I am giving it a down up, index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, and then my middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the high D. I start first, everything open. I'm also letting my thumb touch that low E, so that way the lowest note my ear is hearing is this G. And then 1st and 2nd fret, and that would work just that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We can do this other cool thing, which is after this one, slide your middle finger up to the 3rd fret, lift your index, and get your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. A beat for each one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I think it's also cool if that 3 and 3 you use it sparingly, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and every other measure. So with that said, our first 4 measures are going to look just like that. The first 2 measure, down up, no fingers, 1st and 2nd fret, no fingers, 1st and 2nd fret. Measure 1. Measure 2, no fingers, 1st and 2nd fret, 3, 3, back to 1st and 2nd fret. So what we're going to do then, slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a little faster. 1 and 2, 3, and 4. A little faster. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. Very cool. Once we get to measure number 5, you can play a C simply by barring 5th fret here, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now, down, up, get these fingers down. We have that same. Now that's also the brown sugar sound, right? But he hammers on there. We're going to use it as a shuffle. So down, up, middle finger 6th fret of the B string, ring finger on the 7th fret of the D. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Back to our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D. It's the exact same as C, just up 2 frets, barring the 7th fret, 8th, 9th. And this shape should look familiar because it's the minor 7 chord on a standard tune. So it's 1. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and after that we just did one measure on G, finished on D. So let's strum through this so you have a basic Keith Richards style acoustic blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add a turnaround to it. We're going to hit the open G, then we're going to come down to the 3rd fret of the high E, which is now a D, play the 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret, open. We're going to go 1, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Nice and easy. So it'll be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3. After that last open string, 2nd beat, 5, 5, 5. Move it up to 6, not all the way to the D, and then all the way to the D. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Then we're back into jamming. Now before we finish, I want to show you a scale shape that I like to use. We're starting on the root, which is the 5th fret of the D string. Then we have pinky up, way up here on the 8th fret, 5, 8. Drop down right below it to the 5th fret of the G string. From there it's 6, 7. Note that 6 is what, it's not in the minor pentatonic, but it's what makes our minor pentatonic the blues scale. Nice passing tone. 6, 7. 6th fret of the B string. 8 is our root. So we get 5, 8, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8. You can also, with this root note, go down to the 3rd fret below it. So here's a lick that I like from this scale. I'm going to use my middle finger, 5th fret of the G string, slide to 7. Now you could pass in between there, but I'm going to slide 5 to 7, index finger to the 6th fret of the B, back to 7 with my middle finger, back to 6, and then up to 8. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let that ring for 2 beats. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Okay, let's look at how to use this lick. You can throw it, for example, over the 3rd measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up here. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn around. And there you go, folks. That is how I think Keith Richards would approach playing an acoustic blues and how he would play an acoustic guitar if he was sitting around at a campfire. I hope you dig it. I hope you had fun. Always fun teaching this kind of music. If you want to learn more about open G or other open tunings, make sure you check the playlist in the description.